Hello and good evening. It's Leon Street, and we're back again. It's Visionary Marketing. And in today's video, I'm talking about how to sell high price group coaching without being a sales pro, even if your sales confidence is low. And so, this really is for you if you want to take things to that next level and you want to start to close high ticket sales, and especially around group coaching where you can create more leverage in your business. And what I'm going to do as I go through today's live training is really just start off with proof. So I want to kick off with a number of things that you'll be able to see on screen and really just, I guess, set the tone of what I want to get across here for you to understand, well, what's possible for you when it comes to, selling high priced. And I see quite often where people are talking about selling high priced group coaching or even just, one-on-one coaching. And it just doesn't quite work for them in the sense of they either fall back to selling based on per hourly sessions or however many sessions in a package. And they don't know how to break out of this, I guess, state of being stuck based on either what they've been told or transitioning from a previous career, which is something that I did actually many moons ago. And you get caught up in the mentality of, what it took for you to create income previously. And being caught up in this 9 to 5 hourly mentality can also affect your ability to sell. But let's just assume for the moment that you've been in a position where you can sell, let's say, or you've got a package that's fairly high priced. And I'm going to get into some specifics around high price in a moment. And really what I want to focus on is your ability to sell more of those high price programs. And for me, I find quite often that because of a number of factors, which I'm going to get into in a moment as well, I find a lot of coaches are out there and they lose their confidence in their ability to sell. And what happens is a couple of things. They throw everything in, including the kitchen sink, into the offer in order to try and land the sale, which, pretty much becomes overwhelmed to the person buying, or they heavily discount with the program that they're offering. And, I've come across it so many times, even recently. But this is a problem that's, I say, easily fixed, theoretically easily fixed. I'm going to show you the steps, but there's a real part in it that I don't want to shy away from, which is you've got to have experience, and meaning you've got to do some stuff when it comes to sales. So hopefully as I go through what I'm about to share with you, just give me a second, guys. I'm just going to share it on screen, and then we're going to get into exactly what I guess sales is for you, or what it can be for you in order to attract and close high ticket sales. So let me get this on screen, and we're going to get into some of the specifics of what I want to share around high ticket selling, so that I guess you can just take your sales to the next level. So let's skip forward. What I'm going to do is start off with a number of clients. I want to show you proof first of all, so you don't just think, who's this Leon Street baldy guy? Is he lying to me? No, I want to show you proof about my clients. So here's Angie. She closed £18,000 in 1 month. That's the equivalent of around about $25,000 for those of you stateside. You can see here also, not just that she was able to close high ticket sales into her group program, she had to turn people away. So that's not just sales, that's her ability to market properly and effectively. Let me show you another client. So here's another one of my clients, Denise. She closed £10,100 on her way. I think she did about 14,000 in the end for that month, but that the equivalent at the time was around about $14,000. So here's another client. Today was a $13,000 day. Yes, that's one of my clients who made $13,000 in 1 day. Here's another one of my clients. This was Raf, who's an agency owner. He closed £116,000 in 2.5 months. That's somewhere in the region of about $130,000, $135,000. And here's another client. This is Dr. Ashish Paul, one of my other clients. She did this month, very recent result, £15,300 so far, which is approximately $21,000, and again in 1 month. And here's another one of my clients. This one kind of just skyrockets things to the next level. This is Nate. He did $768,000 in sales in 3 months and 1 week. And there is a reason why I'm showing you these results. And the reason is it's something that I teach in my coaching programs. And it's something that I guess for those of you probably coming across me for the first time, it's something that I published in my book, which is what you can see on the screen, this book called More Leads, More Clients. On page 131 is where I talk about sales. And if you're wondering the kind of scripts and things that I use, that's the best place to start. If you want to find out more about me, available on Amazon, an Amazon bestseller. So I've showed you some proof, and I've showed you pretty much what I teach my clients and the people who I coach. But what I want to do now is actually show you some stuff for those of you watching live with me. If you're watching live, give me a hashtag team live. And if you're watching on the replay, give me a hashtag team replay. I'm going to share with you 3 keys that I believe are essential for you to close high ticket group coaching sales, or even one-on-one coaching if that's what you're doing right now. And if you're thinking of transitioning and you're wondering what the difference is in how you sell one-on-one and group coaching, in reality, there is none. There is no difference. It's really, you have an offer and you sell that offer. So what I want to get into is a couple of things, first of all, guys. So when it comes to high ticket sales, there is a varying degree on high ticket. And I'm going to give you some examples of what I call high ticket and then what falls out of high ticket. So high ticket for me usually is anything that sells between 3,000. I'm going to start with dollars. And if you're wondering, watching me in the UK, you know me from the UK, why is Leon giving numbers and prices and, you know, in dollars? Most people understand dollars. So anyway, high ticket starts at $3,000. It could be pounds, it could be euros. And that may go up to approximately, let's say, £25,000 or dollars. If you go above that, you're going into what I would call more premium priced, not just high ticket, but premium price. So you're talking 25,000 to 100,000. And once you go past 100,000, you're talking stratospheric like prices, right? And there's a few people who offer these types of packages. I know Tony Robbins has this $1 million coaching program. My wife tells me about it all the time. She refers back to him. See, it's possible to sell a $1 million package, but I know there are other people out there who sell it as well. There's other people who don't sell, let's say, as high price packages, but they're able to do like a $1 million in a day, for instance, because they've got fairly high price packages to begin with. So for instance, I showed one testimonial on the screen a moment ago, my client who did $768,000 in 3 months and 1 week. He was selling a $50,000 and $100,000 coaching program. So 2 separate programs, but you can see actually it wasn't too difficult for him to sell that because he didn't take too many clients in 3 months and 1 week, and he was able to get access to a really good crop of clients, and that's how he was able to close with my support. So the point I want to get to is that depending on where you're at, let's just assume for the moment, high ticket is somewhere in the region of $3,000 to $10,000, $3,000 to $10,000. And I think that's a good place to start because the 3 keys I'm going to share with you work perfectly well with that price range. They actually work perfectly well with higher price, to be fair. But I just want to keep your mind focused depending on where you are right now. And if you sell something that is $3,000 or more, just give me a thumbs up or actually comment 3K in the comments right now. We're streaming out on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook. So we're going out in a number of places, including Twitter as well, actually. I've just recently added Twitter. I haven't marketed on Twitter for years, but it came up on StreamYard, the software I use to stream. And I thought, you know what, let me just add it to my profile. So if you're watching me on Twitter as well, welcome and hello. It's been a while. But anyway, so let me get back into what I want to share on screen. So the 3 keys I want to share with you right now, these are leads. So when we're talking about sales, leads are the first step in you having the ability to actually speak to somebody or engage with somebody in some type of way. There are different stages before a person becomes a client that I want to get into. And there's a real big thing I want to talk about when it comes to leads. So the first thing is, leads are the people who hold their hand up and say, I'm interested. Prospects are the people you're actually having open dialogue with. So you're going back and forth. There's 2-way communication. And this is before they're actually a client. So a prospect is the stage after somebody being a lead. A lead could just be somebody flippantly saying, hey, I'm interested, and you never hear from them again. They ghost you, right? So that's usually people who opt in, for instance, like your webinar, your lead magnet, a guide, a video, that type of stuff. They give you name, email, perhaps phone number, never hear from them again, and you can't connect with them. They just don't answer. That's a lead. And the prospect is somebody who you get their contact details, name, email, phone number, you might even have them in your messenger, in your inbox, in your DMs, but you've actually got communication going back and forth, and you know that they're interested in what it is that you have to offer. So you know it's really a good conversation to have. So they're just the few steps that I wanted to explain around the different stages. The final stage is obviously a client. But within leads and prospects, you've got to start with leads, because otherwise you don't get to prospects and you don't get to clients. So what do I want to talk about when it comes to leads? Well, this is it, guys. This is what I want to talk to you about. I've got two examples on screen here, and I just want to break this down for you. So I'm going to zoom in a little, and then I'm going to go back to me because I want the video all on me. Just joking. I'm just going to zoom in just so you can see the two results. So these are two of my clients. This is Ashish. And you can see here, she generated 700 leads in 3 days. And my other client, Janine, just below, she did 879 leads in 3 days as well. It was just a bit of a coincidence, but I'm cool with that. You know, client results makes me look good. They're following what I coach them on. So yay. But let me just bring it back to me for the moment with what I want to share with you. So you want to close high ticket sales. If you don't have enough leads, you can't close. It's that simple. And that's what I want to bring your attention to, is that in order to close high ticket sales, you need a fresh onslaught of new leads coming into your business. You need to create a system to generate your leads, because if you're only ever speaking to like a couple of people, like leads, and which turn into prospects in a month, like that can be pretty difficult. And the point I want to get to is that it becomes harder for you to close high ticket because you're not getting enough experience, because you're probably not getting enough people to the stage where you're speaking to them on the phone, where most of the time, let's say 90% of the time, that's where you're going to close people. It is possible to close new clients in your DMs, in your inbox. But let's just say, for the sake of this argument, that you're going to close your sale via phone, either an audio phone on your mobile, your cell phone, or on a Zoom call or Skype call, something like that. But the point I want to get to is that if you're not generating enough leads, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to speak to qualified prospects. It's going to be hard to get in a position where you can have enough conversations going. And that's the biggest challenge that I see with a lot of coaches right now, especially if you're trying to sell your group coaching programs, your one-on-one programs, whatever it is. If you're not having enough conversations, it's going to put the brakes on your momentum. It's just going to stop you in your tracks. So what I would say to you is that the first problem you got to fix is not to worry about the sales, the high ticket selling or the high price selling. What you've got to focus on is your problem that you have with generating enough leads. Now, I just showed you to my clients, and you can see they're generating tons of leads. They use a specific system that I have in my Vortex coaching program, and it allows them to generate lots of leads. Yeah. And once you learn it once, you know how to replicate it week after week after week, month after month. And that fixes your problem with being in a position to actually have enough conversations that lead you to high ticket sales. More importantly, before the sales, to qualify the right people, because that's also important. You don't want to be trying to sell to people who are unqualified because they become a pain in the ass when they do become clients, and you wished that you never actually brought them on as a client, or actually you just end up wasting a lot of time on the phone to people who can never afford what it is that you have, or they're just not the right people, right? So next step. We've just spoken about leads. This is the first step in taking you to that next level in closing high ticket sales. Well, what is that next step? The next step is it's systems. And for me, this is super sexy. Yeah. Whether you like systems or not, nothing technical about this. I just want to reframe this. This is about creating structure. Structure so you can be more, do more, and grow your business to the next level. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples of why this is sexy and why this is important. Specifically, I'm talking about your offers and your scripts within your systems of selling. Yeah, it also crosses over into marketing, but let's keep it with sales for the moment. So what is it that I want to touch on, guys? Just before I go any further, is this making sense? If it is, give me a thumbs up. Give me a yes in the comments right now. I just want to know that you're paying attention and this is actually, landing on your mind right now. It's clear. Yeah. So we're going to get into systems and we're going to look at offers and scripts. So we've just spoken about leads. The next step is offers and scripts. So here we are. So what I'm showing you for the first step really is an example of how my offer is put together and displayed. So what I do, I create something called a no-brainer irresistible offer. It's called an MBI offer. That's what we call it on in my business. And you can see on the iMac on the right-hand side, what I do, I usually put my offers together in a Google Doc or a PDF, something like that. I don't have it on a landing page or anything super technical or super sexy like that. It's in a Google document. And this is the thing that blows a lot of people's mind, because they assume, oh, it should be on a web page, or it should be, with lots of graphics, and it should look professional and amazing. But here's the thing. If you're speaking to the right people because you've attracted the right leads, by the time they engage with you and they become a prospect, you should be at the point where when you're speaking to them and you are at a position to present your offer, which we'll get into in a moment with the scripts, your offer really should just answer the one thing that they're looking for, which is to achieve the desired outcome and get over the frustrations they're experiencing with where they are with that problem, right? And so for me, your offer it's critical because it should answer those simple framing points. It should help them to get over the problem they're experiencing. It should help your prospects, or at least to see the outcome, the thing they desire to achieve. It should show clear benefits. It should show the features and advantages. It should answer objections ahead of time. So that way, by the time you get to a sales call, your offer has presented everything to give people confidence to speak to you. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. Your offer isn't there to have a price and convince a person before they get to speak to you. You should have offers that pre-sell what it is they're going to own. And this is such a big difference that I come across. And I say this because I used to sell from the old style of creating a proposal, sending the proposal out when I used to run my marketing agency, waiting for days, waiting for weeks, waiting for months sometimes for people to get back to me, only to say that, oh, actually, we're still thinking about it. Or to say, we're not interested, or they ghosted me. And that's how I found out that they were not interested. And so the big thing for me is that going from leads, you've got to have an offer that it creates such an irresistible anticipation of ownership that people do want to book in to speak to you. So that's step number one when it comes with systems. So you got to create a no-brainer, irresistible offer. Step number two is this: scripts. So if you've got people who have held their hand up and your marketing is doing what it needs to do and you're generating leads, you're going to find that people are going to end up, especially on social media, in your inbox, in your DMs. And you can see some examples here that if you've got the right scripts, you know how to speak to people exactly the same way with, let's say, a percentage, like 10 to 20% of you being able to flow with different styles of conversation, but 80% of the time you follow the same script. You're going to end up with like what you see on the screen right now. So what I'm showing you on the screen right now is an example where people, they've dived into my inbox because they've responded to a marketing message, a marketing video, something I've put out on social media or an ad. And we're now in communication in my inbox. And you can see here on the left, this one says, "Hi, Leon, can you let me know what we need to do to sign up to the program?" If you've got great scripts, this is what I want to really emphasize. People will buy from your DMs. Yeah, you don't even have to get them on a phone call. But I believe the majority of your clients are probably going to end up on a phone call. But I do know of people, peers within the marketing world, who they're selling, like literally, I know one person did a $1 million sale from his inbox. No phone call. How crazy is that? There was an element of warming up before that close. So the point I want to get to is if you've got great scripts, people will be encouraged and even feel trusting enough in you to actually buy from you direct from your inbox. And this is without speaking to you. And it might blow some people's minds, because I know a lot of people that I come across who say, oh, I definitely have to speak to somebody if I was investing, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 or pounds or euros. And well, that's fine. Everybody's different. Yeah. But there are some people who just buy from you because they see the value in how you speak to them and when you present your offer in your DMs. And that's another step. Remember, if you can present your offer before you speak to a person, you're pre-selling, you're pre-framing them into ownership as well. And that's what a good offer should do. And combined with the scripts that I use in my business, like you see here, I get people saying, look, booked for Monday, looking forward to chatting. Here's another example. Another lady, I'm good, Leon. She's giving me times that she's available. And so I book her in for a call. That's a £4,000 sale. Here's another lady. Let's do it. I'm trusting you. That's direct from my inbox. So pre-sold before the phone call. And here's another lady. I'm in to definitely find out more. So that wasn't a pre-sale, but that was a booked call that ended up being another sale. So the point I'm getting to, guys, is when you're using the right scripts, you will get and create amazing results. Now, there's something that I want to share with you. If you're the kind of person who thinks, well, I don't think I could use a script. It just doesn't seem natural. It will probably seem robotic, and people can tell I'm using a script. Think about Hollywood films. The actors start with scripts, but the actors use their personality and character and the way that they portray the character to actually own the script and make it their own and actually come across sincere. And when you watch a film, whether it's an action film, love film, comedy, whatever it is, you buy into the film. And that's what having a good script will allow you to do. It creates a structure so that you don't fall back to your bad habits or old ways of selling, so that you can inject your personality into that structure so that you can achieve the kind of results that build up consistency in you growing your coaching business. And that's what a good script should do. So that's a script that I use in one of my programs. It's called the Confirmed by Chat script, which is what we had on screen a moment ago. So now that we've looked at inboxes, the next step for me is if you've got people to the point where you've got them on the phone now, this is probably the biggest step. And so if you are selling high ticket, high price group coaching, one-on-one coaching, this part's essential. So here, closing on the phone is all about experience and practice. And if you're not confident yet, or you haven't really closed many high ticket sales, or you haven't closed any, and all your prices are low or per hour or per session type of thing, then you do really want to practice. And I'd encourage you to even do role play practice if you can find somebody who can just help you out with a script that you perhaps have developed. If you guys would like, a basic script, I think I may have one on this actually. If I don't, just reach out to me, comment below script, and I'll send you a basic script that you can use. There's actually a script available in my book, as I said earlier. Starting on page 131, you'll find that there's a full script in the book as well. More leads, more clients. Go get it on Amazon. So anyway, back to key number 3, practice. So if you're not selling every day, you become rusty. Yeah, the best salespeople are selling daily. And look, if you're a coach right now, when I refer to salespeople, I'm referring to you, because if you've got a coaching program that you sell, group coaching, one-on-one program, you're a salesperson, right? Or at least you're wearing the hat at the time of selling. Yeah, so you take on that role. So the key is that your relationship building, your prospecting, you're speaking to people, and you're closing deals. I also know some people don't like the term closing deals. I don't care what you call it, onboarding, welcoming clients, asking for the sale. It's totally up to you. The key is your ability to get somebody to buy from you. So the key thing for me is that if you're active daily, you're increasing your sales confidence. That's what's happening. So when you're active in sales, whether you're on the phone or you're prospecting, you're just speaking to people, what you're actually doing is increasing your confidence around sales. And the thing is, when you're not selling daily, or you're not in sales activity or marketing activity, at the very least, speaking to people, your confidence will drop, because you'll start to wonder what's going on with your results, what's going on with you, what's going on in your business. And this is why, for me, confident selling is so important. Selling a 3 to 10K program can be difficult if you're not a pro. You need something that makes it easy and predictable getting new clients. And so in my business, we use, as I said, the Confirmed by Chat script for when people are speaking to you in your inbox and DMs. And then the second thing we use is something called the Super Qualifier script, when you're actually on the phone, when somebody wants to book in a call with you. And so for me, this is how we overcome low sales confidence. And here's the basic outline of the Super Qualifier script. Ask the person why now, why they're acting now. The next step is qualify them. So ask them to tell you about their business, their situation, and ask the key questions that you need to know before that person becomes a client, so you know that they're actually the best type of 5-star client for you to take on board. A lot of people don't do this because they get worried about asking too personal questions, too revealing questions. And what I'd say to you is that you've got to ask these questions to protect yourself. If you don't protect yourself and qualify people, you're going to end up with pain in the ass clients, those D grade clients. You want A-star type of clients. And so it's important you ask those qualifying questions early on, before a person is a client, because by the time they become a client, it's too late. So step number 3 with my Super Qualifier script, we widen the gap. Ask the person about their current situation and where they want to be, their target. Yeah, that way you can see what's the contrast, what's the missing piece in the middle, what's the gap, right? Step number 4 is ask them if they want to do or take action now or later, because that way you'll get an indication as to whether the person is ready to start now and take action. And that's important because you don't want to try and sell to somebody who just has no intention of doing anything right now. And step number 5, next steps. You tell them what the next steps are by showing them the program and then outlining the opportunity for them to become a client of yours and achieve the outcome that they're looking for. So I use this as I call it a super qualifier script. There's actually a full script that we have in our program, the Vortex program, but I've just given you the 5 key areas that we look at within that script. So I'm just checking comments. I've got a couple of people asking for the script. More leads, more clients. Yes, somebody just asking about the book. I'm just going to put it back on screen. Yeah, it's called More Leads, More Clients. And like I said, from page 131, that's where I talk about sales. And there's actually a script within there. So how to sell more products and services. So, you know, it is on Amazon. It was my first published book. It's a really good book, by the way, even if I do say so myself. And there is a free workbook you get when you buy the book. I think it's on page 8. You can go to the download page and download the free workbook that accompanies the book, More Leads, More Clients. Anyway, I'm just going to come back to key number 3. So we're just going to wrap up on that. Here's what happens when you ask for the sale. And I want to share a very short story. So if you're looking at screen right now, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. This was one of my clients, Dwayne. He used our social media marketing templates to actually attract in leads. As you can see, I had over 50 responses to the question you advised me to use about his new offer, which was the Slam Scholar offer that he developed using our method. And so off the back of that, he was able to generate interest. He not only generated sales, but he generated a sponsor for his business. And then he turned those 50 leads into £18,000 in sales. That was in February this year. And so the cool thing that I really love about this is Dwayne wasn't a sales professional. He was a basketball coach, right? And so this is the cool thing that people don't understand, that you don't have to be a sales pro. You just have to follow the process and you have to repeat the process so your confidence grows. At first, when he got into selling this offer, he wasn't too sure about the offer because the offer, the price had gone up by 4 times the amount once we built the offer together compared to what he was offering before. And when he was in a position to sell it, he just followed the process, made the sales, and the rest is history. I showed you earlier one of my clients who did a $13,000 day. I remember when Christy first got a $4,000 program, and there she is doing $13,000 in one day. And so here's another client, £10,000 in under 30 days. And here's one of my other client successes. This is really cool. This is Matt. He was a home improvement consultant. I remember when he first came to me and closed the £3,000 deal, and he was like super excited. Fast forward to 4 to 5 months later, and he'd done £100,000 in sales using a specific niche method that we use to identify, you know, the best target audience for you, and using the sales closing techniques that we have in our programs. So guys, if this has made sense to you and you like to increase your confidence and close more high ticket sales, comment sales below this video, wherever you're seeing it right now, and I will send you details about how you can get those types of results in your coaching or consulting business. So as I said, just comment sales below this video if you like to experience what my clients have experienced, and I'll just simply send you some details on how you can achieve that. And guys, I just want to say, if you've enjoyed this, please do remember, I'd love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. On YouTube, I have over 200 videos on the channel. Simply go to leonstreet.com/YouTube, leonstreet.com/YouTube, and you'll be redirected to my YouTube channel. I send everybody there because there's so much great content. If you've enjoyed this video, you'll find there's tons more on there. I cover marketing, sales. Marketing is my passion. Sales is my second passion, because without marketing and sales together, what business do you have? So you'll find marketing, sales, you'll find mindset, you'll find strategies, systems, and different things, and a whole host of other things in amongst all of that great content. So go check out the YouTube channel. I just want to say, guys, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. I'll be back very soon. And remember, just comment sales below this video if you are looking for those types of results, or just help with closing more high ticket sales in your coaching business. Until the next time, take care. Bye-bye.